Hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious tarot readers. And I say that for the people who are joining us for the first time. Everybody else knows. This is not your typical tarot read. I'm not talking about my neighbors across the street, what the weather's like, what I did today shopping. I'm not going to talk about unicorns, rainbows, any of that stuff. Tarot, and I've done it for over 20 years, tarot is the science of potential. Astrology, which I've done over 50 years, is the science of cycles. Numerology is the science of frequency. But tarot, honest tarot, is the science of potential. Meaning, as opposed to numerology and astrology, you got to get involved. You have to step up to the plate, so to speak. Now, that doesn't mean physical activity. It could be just a shift mentally, even spiritually. But you have to get involved on some level. That's the potential. You're going to see here just 5 cards. I don't do anything special. There's no AI involved. Things don't twirl around, spin in the air. There's no fireworks or any of that kind of stuff. You won't see me. Not necessary to see me. I'm old and I'm not that good looking. It doesn't add to your experience whatsoever. What does add to your experience is paying attention to those 5 cards. That's all you need. I've seen people do tarot with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cards and more. When you start getting up into anything over 10, you're starting to make stuff up. You're starting to dig so deep that you want to come up with something that connects with your viewer, listener, whatever the case may be. It's not, from my point of view, it's not credible tarot. No matter what you are doing, whether it's astrology, numerology, tarot reading, you are not going to appeal to your entire audience. Let's say there's 100 people, thankfully many more than that viewing, but let's say there's just 100, easy numbers. On average, you're probably going to connect with 10. 5, probably really well. The other 5, pretty well. At least it makes sense. It's accessible to them on some level. And then after that, the other 90, well, it may be an interesting read and there may be something interesting said. But the frequency, the potential isn't there. It's okay. That's fine. That's real life. That's why you notice when you do an astrology reading or you're aware of an astrology reading, you're a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or Aquarius, Leo, Libra, or whatever. You don't see those signs respond the same way to a reading because there are too many variables, and anybody tells you anything less than that's full of shit. They're lying to you. Okay, let's put it like it where it's at. Don't trust them. Again, out of 100 people, whether you're doing numerology, astrology, or tarot, probably 5 out of the 100 are really gonna resonate. Got it. Laser beam. Another 5 are going to be, man, that's kind of hitting home. And then the 90, well, varying degrees one way or another. And it may not have anything to do specifically with the reading, the energy in the reading, but it may have to do with something that was said during the reading. That's fine. That's normal. That's typical. Okay? Nothing in human existence is 100%, well, other than dying, I guess. But short of that, nothing. And so if you're not resonating with the 5 cards today, tomorrow, next week, next month, don't worry. I'm here every single day. Holidays doesn't make any difference. I want to inspire you. I want you to use the most powerful tool any human being has, and that is the power to create pictures, stories, movies in your own mind. By the way, that ability is the single thing that is keeping the robots at bay. Because The robots have gotten so sophisticated that they can move pretty doggone near what, the way humans move. And not much, if anything, that they couldn't do. That presents a whole host of issues which we're afraid to look at, but it gets even worse because they are working now on the software for the brain. See, what separates us from the robots and still gives us the edge is the fact that we can create pictures in our mind. We are self-aware. They're not. But you know as well as I that come hell or high water, and I think it's going to be more hell than high water, but you never know, they're going to push for that. And somewhere, Elon Musk says somewhere between 10 and 15 years down the road, they're going to have that capacity. The minute that they have the capacity to be prescient, to be self-aware, they will be able to manifest. Maybe not in the same way as human beings, but they'll be able to manifest. Guess where that puts us? Right where the puppet masters want us to be. Gone. I mean, Bill Gates has said, along with many, many other people in this insane cauldron of crap that's trying to rule the world, that by 2050 at the latest, they want 9 out of 10 people on the planet gone. Could be earlier than that. They'd be fine with it. Doesn't make any difference. 2045, 2040, doesn't make any difference. The sooner we're gone, the better. So with this push for robotics, which I think, if, let's say, they were to get their wish, I think they're going to run into a whole new set of problems with the robots that can think and manifest. They're not even prepared for that. They don't care. They're nuts, so it doesn't make any difference. But it does impact you and I. So that's why I want to be serious with you, honest with you, and I want to devote myself to you developing your manifesting. You've had it since the time you were born. It just gets drummed out of you. Several studies over the past 30 years have indicated that you get a kindergartner or a 5-year-old and they got a lot of creativity. Almost every single kid in kindergarten is creative. 98%, 99% got this creative potential. By the time they graduate from college, that's down to just 2 or 3%. And by the time they get their PhD, it's almost completely gone. Why? Because education, the way it's lined up, the way John D. Rockefeller set it up, was to make you stupid so that you can't think for yourself. I have not run into a PhD, I'm sure they're out there, who is really intelligent. I mean, really intelligent. No, they can spit the information back at you, but that's all they know. They think they know everything, but they don't know shit from Shinola. It was the expression I had growing up. Shinola was a polisher, boot polisher, shoe polisher. So it is up to you, it's incumbent upon you to maintain your human character. Is that the word? I think so. And part of that human character is manifesting, and that's what I'm here to do, nothing less. So let's get to the 5 cards today. Middle card is the Oracle card. Sets the mood for the reading. It says, fork in the road. That's where we find ourselves right now, right? Which way are we going to go? Which way are we going to go? Which way are we going to go? We have choices. A lot of people are very afraid. They don't want change. They want it their way. Things are not going to stay the same. The astrology says, no. You got Saturn or Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, all of them moving into different signs within the next 6 months. All of them. Things are going to change. We're at a massive turning point. You feel it. That feeling scares the shit out of a lot of people. Too bad. Step away. You're in our way. We have to embrace the change, but not the change that is offered, but the change that we need, demand to find our own humanity. That's the change, and nothing less will do. So we're at a fork in the road. And if people think that because we've just had the election that we're all done with the bullshit, don't put away the shovel. You're going to do a lot of shoveling. You aren't going to believe the amount of crap you're going to have to swim through over the next 6 months to a year. You're not going to believe it. So we are at a fork in the road. Numbers up in the left-hand corner are 1 and 3. 1 is beginnings. 3 are lining up the mind, body, spirit. That's the human trinity. Mind, body, spirit. Get those energies all lined up. And then the 1 and 3 together equal 4, stability. There is a new way coming. In fact, because we're at a fork in the road, there's going to be stability of one kind or another, no matter which way you go. One will imprison you, the other will free you. Here's the meme for today. Sometimes closure arrives 2 years later on an ordinary Friday afternoon in a way that you never expected or could have predicted. You cry a little bit, you laugh a little. And for the first time in a long, long time, you exhale because you are free. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. And we need you to be the best human being you can be. You got to activate your potential. Let's go all the way to the left. The card is the 5 of Cups. Cups are our emotional connections. Doesn't have to be a person. Could be a memory. Could be a thing. Could be any number of things. Whatever is connected to us emotionally. And you see in the 5 of Cups here a guy staring at 3 cups poured out, spilled. They're gone. But there are 2 full cups behind him. There's a bridge and there's a castle. If he just got his head out of his ass, he turned around and went, oh, there are 2 cups, there's the bridge, there's the castle, he would get exactly what he wants. But he can't do that because he's not free emotionally. And so he just looks at what he's missing. And he's missing a whole hell of a lot more than what he's looking at. Nevertheless, he's got a broken heart. That's the next card, 3 of Swords. Swords are thinking, stinking thinking. You've been lied to, lied to, lied to, lied to, lied to, lied to, lied to. Oh, by the way, did I say you've been lied to? Just got some information today about one of the banes of my existence, the Fed, which is a private bank. It's like the Bank of England. Sounds like it's a bank. No, it was bought by the Rothschilds back in 1400s, 1500s. Same kind of situation here with the Fed. You know why the Fed was created in 1913? And they tried since the beginning of our country, by the way, to do it. And we fought them off 1913, and I'm not going to get into the story. But the reason for the Fed's creation was, in their words, to create an elastic currency. What the hell does that mean, elastic currency? Oh, it means that they can control the money any way they want. They can make it... Yeah. If you're tied to something solid like gold or silver, you can't mess with the money. But if the money is just imaginary, we take a look at the world and we see what shape we're in with this elastic currency. So, what you got to do is focus on you and your manifesting, and the 6 of Cups will help you. Go back to a time, a person, a place, even just a singular feeling that encourages you, that inspires you. Find that. Not that you're going to go back to the past. You can't do that. But you can take the essence of that feeling, that experience, bring it with you into the future. Drop your burdens. That's the 10 of Wands. Drop the crap you've been sold. Like George Carlin said, you know why they call it the American dream? Is because you have to be asleep to believe it. That's true. That's true, that's true, that's true, that's true. For a guy in his 70s, I have lived my whole life as a lie. I didn't know that. But back at 9/11, I figured out, oh man, they have lied to me. And since then, they have been more and more consistent in their lying, although they've lied for my entire lifetime and a lot more. That's tough. That's heartbreaking. That's the 3 of Swords stuff, but that's why you need the Wands to put down, the 10 of Wands, put down the burdens, quit punishing yourself, quit believing the lies. Remember the meme, sometimes closure arrives 2 years later on an ordinary Friday afternoon in a way you never expected or could have predicted. You cry a little, laugh a little, but for the first time in a long time you exhale because you're free. Tap into that manifesting power. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow. Between now and the next time you and I do tarot together, peace and blessings.